Your What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and today we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Hawks. Admittedly, this team did have a disappointing run after their 2021 season, especially with them going all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals just for them to burn out the next year in 5 games in the first round. While this could be true that it's just the offense that needs to be better, I think that there are a bunch of moves that this team can make to make them go back to the Eastern Conference Finals, and not only that, could possibly even go to the finals in the next coming years. So let's talk about that. Let's get into some of the trades that have been rumored, especially really heavily over the past couple of weeks about Dejounte Murray and Rudy Gobert. And yeah, let's get into it. But before you do that, like and subscribe if you want to, and do all the stuff that'll help me because I'm still up and coming YouTuber. Uh, Also, comment stuff that you think could really benefit this channel because I'm starting to experiment a lot more, do a lot more stuff, and in the upcoming weeks I'm gonna have a little bit more big projects, especially with the off season being here. So yeah, just leave a comment, all that stuff. But let's get into it. With Atlanta, they really struggle on defense. And the two big trade targets that they have, Dejounte Murray and Rudy Gobert, are phenomenal defenders. And I think that they're really putting their chips all on the table for both of them to at least come to Atlanta this summer. But first, I want to talk about Dejounte Murray. Dejounte as a secondary ball handler compared to what? Kevon Huerter, Danilo Gallinari. Well, not even Danilo. Uh, what's bro's name? The dude who got the tampering stuff. Bogdanovich. Yeah. Him. John Collins. Well, not John Collins. Just Herder and Bogdanovich. Those two, I don't think they're really as good of a playmaker as Dejounte Murray. Not only that, but they're not even close to the defender that he is. A guy who averages nine assists, really good finisher, even a solid mid-range shooter, honestly, if we're being completely honest. He shot 45% from 10 to 15 or 10 to 16, 45% from 16 to 13 or a three-point line. And he actually takes a decent amount of shots at that area, so yeah, I think that, the team could use a little bit more diversity in terms of who handles the ball, the stats that they make, and all that stuff. And I think a dude who has a decent amount of rim pressure like him, with the assists that he could get, I think that that'll just benefit Atlanta a lot, especially considering that I've even talked about their defense or his defense yet. His defense is phenomenal. So he's the assist leader of this year. Actually, I didn't know that going into this year or going into this video, but yeah, he is. And looking at that, he's just a really solid defender, a little big body. I'm pretty sure I don't know. Oh yeah, he has a defensive little thing on his ear. Yeah, no, he's a really good defender, especially as a guard. And Atlanta could really use that. And even though his defense did take a hit this year, I think that with a little less offensive responsibility, he could still go back and, be the defender he was before his ACL injury. So, yeah, I think that they could make this trade, especially if they don't really want to get rid of John Collins. And if they do make that, then it opens the room up for probably the big one, the whale move that they got to make. And that's for Rudy Gobert. Now, I know that Rudy Gobert does get clowned on. I've clowned on him. Baguette Biombo, all that stuff. But I think that Rudy Gobert on this team would be much better than he is on the, Utah Jazz. I think the Utah Jazz as perimeter defenders are horrible. They are not good. And, it does come from a team that has Trae Young. I think that this team does have a little bit better perimeter defenders, especially if they do get Dejounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins would probably be in the trade, but he's also a fine defender. Bogdan isn't really bad, nor is Kevon Herter, but they do get hunted by bigger forwards. So let me not say that. But DeAndre Hunter and DeJounte Murray are still probably, if they're on the Jazz, they'd definitely be the two best defenders outside of Rudy, no question. So there's that. But I think another thing that people do kind of look over is the fact that DeJounte Murray and Trae Young could actually pass to Rudy Gobert, which is probably the biggest weakness that the Jazz had when it comes to utilizing Rudy on the offensive end. They didn't really have the best people to open an outlet pass to him, and that's the reason why we saw those ridiculous low lights, I guess, during the first round where they just couldn't pass to Rudy Gobert. And once they did pass to Rudy Gobert, it would become a disaster because they didn't really pass him to the right, or he's just not in position, and if that were to happen, that would probably be better with two guys who could actually make the right pass. But regardless, I think if they do get these two guys, they would probably be a really good free agent signing or free agent destination. So let's just see about a couple free agents I think that could really work with these guys. And first off, I want to be 100% honest. I'm not sure if Nicholas Batum is really going to go, but if they can get dude, I would 100% get him. Nicholas Batum is really good, and they really could use a little bit more on the defensive end, even with those guys. So I think that that's really good for them. I would personally pursue them and all that. However, I do think that if they aren't going to go after those guys, I think that they could go after a guy like Kyle Anderson, Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba is the guy who will be in a lot of rumors, especially because younger center, he has a lot of potential still. He's only 23, I believe. 23 or 24. He's not that old. And, he still has some untapped stuff, especially because was from the Orlando Magic, and we know how Orlando gets, so. Gary Harris is another good guy, 3-and-D player. Probably be another good defender around these guys. Vic is good, Victor Oladipo. I would personally pursue Victor Oladipo the most because I think he has the most upside. I will say though, I would not like a team with Victor Oladipo and DeJounte Murray on the same team. I don't think that fits well. But another team or another guy that could do essentially the same things would be Gary Payton, who I'm pretty sure he's probably going to re-sign with the Warriors unless he gets a bag, which honestly, he probably will because he's probably the guy with the best hands in the NBA. So, you never know. But if not, you get Otto Porter. He's probably going to get another bag. A really good one, too. Because he took the minimum. And I'm sure he doesn't want to take another one for Golden State. But I could be wrong. Bruce Brown is another good guy that they could get. Guard forward. Again, a good defensive guy. A lot of energy. Could even run a small ball 5 at sometimes. But, I'm not sure if you really want to go with a small ball 5 from like a 6'4" guy. But Bruce Brown is so good. Don't get it wrong. I think I already said Javon Carter. But if not, he's very like Gary Payton, except I don't think he's as good as a lot of those stuff, but he's still really a physical, body that Atlanta could use. I think that'll do it for me, though. I think that we covered a lot of stuff that I really wanted to cover. The two really big trades that they could get, and a couple free agents that they could sign. I think that they could get a lot of these guys. Personally, I would much rather focus on Nicholas Batum, Mo Bamba, Bruce Brown, and Otto Porter Jr. Those are the like 4 or 5 guys I'd absolutely love to have on this team. So Yeah, but that's it. Like and subscribe if you want to again. But if not, that's fine with me. That is your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and I'll see you guys later. Have yourselves a great day.